Johnny and Associates updated its official website on the 29th and announced that it had received an investigation report created by a special team to prevent recurrence of external experts regarding the issue of sexual abuse. In the investigation report, the Recurrence Prevention Special Team stated that Johnny has been found to have repeatedly and extensively sexually assaulted many Johnnies Jr. over a long period of time from the early 1970s to the mid-2010s. Reported. Investigation report published version excerpt. 3 Sexual abuse. 1 Interview results. In the 1950s, when Mr. Johnny stayed at the home of a victim, who was a boy in the lower grades of elementary school, or in the car, driving a male classmate who came to visit him to his home, sexual assault, such as oral sex, was repeated. Mr. Johnny, around 20 years old. I was massaged at a training camp, touched my genitals, and had oral sex at the age of 14. It felt like I was sexually assaulted once every 3 nights I stayed. The next day, Mr. Johnny handed me 30,000 yen. I was forced to insert my genitals into Mr. Johnny's buttocks once around age 17. Mr. Johnny went to Johnny's Jr., who was sleeping at the edge of the river, sexually assaulted 2 or 3 Johnny's Jr., and then came to me. After massaging my body, he touched my private part, put it in his mouth, etc., and then straddled me and inserted my private part into Mr. Johnny's buttocks. I had no experience with women at all, so I was very scared because I was like, what? What? For recognition of sexual abuse, it is reasonable and natural to assume that Ms. Mary was aware of M's. Johnny's sexual assault. It is recognized that Julie was aware of the suspicion of Johnny's sexual assault on Johnny's Jr. when he was appointed as a director. It is thought that there were a considerable number of people among the managers and staff of Johnny and Associates who were aware of the fact that Mr. Johnny was sexually abusive. 6 Strengthening governance. 1 Resignation of Mr. Julie as president and prevention of harmful effects of family management. In order for Johnny and Associates to dismantle and start over, I have to say that it is necessary to replace the president, who is the top management, and I think Julie should resign as president. As a result, it will be possible to prevent the adverse effects of family management, which is one of the biggest causes of poor governance at Johnny and Associates. No. 3 Cause of this matter. 2 Neglect and concealment by Mr. Mary. Even though Ms. Mary knew that Ms. Johnny was sexually abnormal and that she continued to sexually abuse boys, she refused to stop Mr. Johnny's actions, which denied the acts, and made no attempt to correct them. As a result, it was left as it is. And it is thought that they have tried to thoroughly conceal it from the outside in order to protect Mr. Johnny. Japanese reaction.
Compensation and damages are likely to be enormous, but the media won't report it.
It is an abnormal sex crime. Even if you look at it from a global perspective, it's strange that a company like this still exists. Japan is funny.
Resignation proposal to President Julie. Johnny's office has no choice but to dismantle it.
Even so, Johnny's is still amazing.